Hey guys, before the video starts, I would just like to congratulate Alan Mazza, one of my bestest YouTube friend, for reaching 100 subscribers. Even though I have 40 subscribers, so I have way less than him. If you guys have not subscribed to his channel, then please subscribe to his channel. He does a bunch of FNAF AR giveaway like me, and right now if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have the plush suits and CPUs that I have right now. He also does a bunch of awesome music videos, and he reaches 100 music video lately. So yeah, please check out his channel, subscribe to him, and Alan Mazza, if you're watching this, I would like to congratulate you on reaching 100 subscribers. Now back to the Doki channel.
What are you doing on a computer? Oh, I didn't read the rest of that. Well, what's it doing, my Joel Magic? Myself, I'm Gadget Crystals, and welcome back to Doki Blue Skies. Now, let's get back to the game for the third episode. And sorry that each one of these episodes are so long, but I am trying. But let's just get back to the game that we were on just a few days ago. I never would have thought that I'd look forward to an extracurricular so much. But here I am, back for another club meeting and anticipating new antics from everybody. The usual scene awaits me as I step into the club room. Hi, Quibble! Hey, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. Is that so? Well, it's nice to see you so cheery. Anyway, what's new? Oh, I got some exciting news! Huh? What's up? Did you know that the student store sells a brand new of strawberry milk now? I saw when I passed by on my way here. I should have known better than to expect an actual news from Sayori. Huh? I don't think I've tried that yet. I don't know, strawberry milk is usually too sweet for me. What? But it goes great with melon bread! Sayori, could you eat a packet of raw sugar and you'd still say it's not sweet enough? Hey, that's exaggerating! Seriously though, it does really go well with bread. The milk is sweet, but it's still that unique sour strawberry flavor that is by the richest of milk. And when you pair that with the fresh bread, the sweetness is spread out even more so that it has just the right amount of flavor. Wow, when did you become Gordon Ramsay? Ha! I'm a food expert, so you should trust me on this. I mean, given how many snacks you eat every day, I don't doubt that you know your food well. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, you meanie. So I'm a mini for giving her a compliment? Anyway, aren't you hungry now? Talking about food always makes me hungry. Now that you mention it, it may be a little. Great! Let's go to the shooting store and buy snacks together then. Now I see what she's playing at. I raise an eyebrow and Sayori notices. Hey, cool? Why are you looking at me like that? Well, Sayori, I have a nagging suspicion that you're only trying to convince me to come because you don't have any money. And you just want me to buy you a snack. What? I would never do that! Oh really? Then let's see your purse. Huh? Your purse. Let's see it. Sayori laughs awkwardly as she pulls out a purse. She opens it with it and dumps the content onto the desk. 2 small coins fall out. Tusk, tusk, tusk. This little ruse might have actually worked had Sayori not pulled it on me numerous of times when we were younger. Amount of times she managed to trick me into buying her another ice cream. I guess some things never change. Nice try, Sayori. No fair! How did you know? Now wouldn't you like to know? Let's just call it intuition. In response, she sticks her tongue out at me. Typical. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice she was eavesdropping. Looking over in her direction, I catch her peeking over the top of a book. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book.
Yuri! Tell Quibble to let me borrow some money!
That's none of my business, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. It's shameful to manipulate people into doing or buying things for you. Yikes. Wow, isn't that a little harsh? I'm only messing around with Sayori after all. Did I just... I didn't mean that. That came out as a harsher than I intended. Sorry, I just... well... Yuri blushes in embarrassment, looking away from us while playing with a strand of her hair. I apologize for how I've become acting lately. It looks like she might be a bit ashamed of how she acted yesterday.
Hey! You know, it's okay to be honest sometimes. You shouldn't always keep things that bother you to yourself. There's no way you could think that after. You were right, though. I shouldn't trick people into buying me things.
Funny how your 10-year-old self didn't see it that way. Yuri let out a small laugh, covering her mouth with her hand. Even the way she laughs is so shy and proper. Is this mischievous behavior something Sayori used to display as a child then? Oh yeah, although back then I fell for it time and time again, you would believe how much candy Sayori managed to con me out for. Oh.
Don't make me out to be so sneaky, Quibble! Although those candies were so good.
I'm surprised, Sayori. Hearing from you, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? What's going on here? Oh, nothing much. Sayori here was just up to some mischief. Oh? Yeah, she tried to trick me into buying her a snack.
Hey! That's not true!
Monica smiles wryly and turns to me. I'm assuming this isn't the first time. Well, you'd be right. We all share a little chuckle at that. Well, everyone except Sayori does.
Hey, you guys are being really mean!
Okay, we're sorry, but you did bring this upon yourself.
Yeah, I know. But in my defense, I'm really hungry!
Well, Natsuki chimes in. If you're really that hungry, you can have this if you want. She offers up a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori immediately snatches it out of her hands.
Oh my gosh, no! Thank you!
Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Ow!
So good!
Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth.
I bit my tongue! The blood!
Ha! You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours look really good too, Natsuki! Can I try it?
Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers.
But yours is chocolate!
Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Hehehe.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arm around her. Oh, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches out up to nudge Sayori off her.
Oh!
Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri, Monica, and I laugh as well. Ha! Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori to quit taking my stuff? Sayori, you know you shouldn't do something like that without permission. Monica scolds Sayori.
I know. I'm sorry, Natsuki, but it was so good.
Hey! Everyone Natsuki chuckles. These things happen a lot, Monica? A little too much, to be honest. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Good fun is teasing each other out from time to time, not stealing food. Oh, calm down, it's no big deal. Natsuki pouts in her seat. Everyone calms down and quickly returns to their normal activities. Sayori has already managed to finish the entire cookie. Meanwhile, Natsuki gets up and heads for the closet, and Yuri is already lost in her book.
Quibble! Quibble!
She suddenly comes up to me.
I need to get some stuff from another classroom. Can you come with me?
Stuff? What stuff?
Well, you know how the festival is right around the corner. Monica was gonna make some posters to advertise it. So we'll need some crayons and markers and glue sticks and that kind of stuff.
Alright. Yeah, I'll come with you.
Hey! We'll be back real soon, Monica!
You seem quite excited about this, Sayori.
Of course! It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms, isn't that right, Quibble?
Monica laughs and nods at us. Okay, just don't forget the poster paper.
I won't! Ready, Quibble?
Let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I fall behind as she hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Everything is like an adventure to her. Hey Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature.
Hehehe. Monica and I have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Wink.
Is that so?
Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance.
A performance? Of what kind?
Well, everyone's gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems.
That sounds, well, not exactly boring, but will people be that interested?
Quibble! You're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like you say the lines of the poem, like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing at the final joyous moment between my fingers. But what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland.
Dark.
Like that!
Wow, Sayori. I had no idea you had that in you.
Huh? What do you mean?
I just never heard you talk like that before. No, it's not a bad thing. It was really good. It was just a big contrast from your bubbly self. I'm sure Yuri or Monica would really appreciate it too.
I've been working super hard on that poem, so it's good to know you liked it. I'm excited for the festival!
Not just because we'll get to eat loads of stuff like Natsuki said.
Hey, meanie, no, not just because of that! Although that is part of it. Hey, Quibble, this classroom here is empty. I think we'll find what we need in here. Let's start our mission!
Strange choice of words for someone going into a classroom to get art supplies. But hey, that's Sayori in a nutshell. Living in her own little world, her childlike enthusiasm is infectious and brings about a special feeling I forgot I had in me. Some kind of innocent sense of wonder where even the most mundane of tasks or quests, and walking down the classroom is a magical journey. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow.
Let's see what we have in here! Crayons!
Sayori pulls a box up full of crayons off the shelf.
hand, too! They're kind of dirty, though.
Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color name. Alright, that's the one. That's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find...
Wait! I'm looking for my favorite color!
Fine, fine. Can you move over so that I can look up for the poster paper?
Ah! I dropped one by accident!
Smack!
Ah!
Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and crayons spill all over her lap.
Ow, 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 ow!
Sayori, are you okay?
My forehead!
Sayori clutches her forehead. What happened? Did you cut yourself? Is it bruised or...
No, nothing like that. I think it's just bumped.
Geez, Sayori, you really had me worried there for a second there. I can't help but let out a chuckle. This is such a typical thing to happen to Sayori. It's almost like she's got clumsy written across her forehead, which fittingly enough is where she hurt herself.
Hey, why are you laughing, you meanie?
Sorry. I'm not laughing at you or anything. It's just this is so typical of you.
What's that meant to mean?
Nothing. Let me see your forehead. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hand, Sayori.
But it hurts!
I'll be gentle, I promise. It won't hurt. Oh, another one of these. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side.
Ow!
Sorry! There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead, with lines streaking down. A bump is starting to form as well. Don't worry, it's not that bad.
But it really hurts!
Her whimpering triggers a really strong protective instinct I didn't know I had. Hey, I'll get you some ice. It'll keep the swelling down, and it should relieve a bit of the pain. Just stay here, okay? I'll be back as soon as I can. Actually, where would I find some ice? Think, Quibble. Think. I got it! A cold drink should do the trick.
Are you sure? You don't have to. I think I make a great unicorn.
Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. I'm sure you make a great unicorn, but I think I prefer you as a human.
Aw, unicorns are cool though.
Anyway, I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? I guess it doesn't really matter because she won't be drinking it. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop the crayons back into the box.
At least they weren't in the wrong spots before I spilled them.
Here you go. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. Oh, she has it now.
It's nice and cold.
That's a square bottle. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot!
Ah! Sorry, I forgot. Ah!
How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. Immediately, her laughter subsides, replaced by a gasp of pain.
It stings!
I know, I'm sorry. It'll feel better soon enough, though, I promise. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons.
Hey, Quibble! This kind of reminds me you of growing up, doesn't it?
Huh? What do you mean?
You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things, I couldn't. I would get hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. And I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over quickly as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know.
I remember those days. You were always so clumsy. And I guess not much has changed. Haha.
Hey, I did this deliberately, you know.
I raise an eyebrow.
I've always wanted to be a unicorn.
That has to be perhaps the least believable excuse I've heard in a while.
Hey, okay, I guess I've never really been on the graceful side.
I didn't always feel bad whenever you got hurt when we played together. Looking back, I should have been more mindful of what you could and couldn't do. I guess it's the same here. If I hadn't rushed you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hurt yourself. My mother was right. She'd scold me after you got hurt, always telling me that I have to be more careful around you.
Quibble! Don't feel bad about it. It's my own fault for being so clumsy. Besides, even if I got hurt, those times are still my favorite memories of us. It's also made me realize how thoughtful you are.
Huh? I wasn't thoughtful at all. I just got you hurt.
No, that's not what I mean. You're always looking out for me. Even after all these years, you always rush to help me. No matter what the situation, you're always there to reassure me and make me feel safe. I don't really do this kind of thing all the time.
It's just around you it feels natural, I guess. I just do it subconsciously before I even know it. I'm treating you like that. I guess it's what happens when you've been friends for so long.
I don't know if I've told you this before, but I'm really grateful we're friends. I'll admit, I kind of missed you over the years. We used to hang out a lot. I was surprised when you approached me the other day. I wasn't really sure what to make of it all at first. But as we got to hang out in the club, share poems, and walk home, I realized that nothing had really changed. Do you think we'll be like this forever, Quibble?
As much as I want to say yes, there's no telling how life will be for us during college, or even afterwards. Still, can I be positive though? I sure hope so, Sayori. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. We haven't really talked in years, then when we do, it's just like nothing's really changed. I think I read somewhere that's a sign of a friendship that's built to last. So here's hoping.
I hope so too! Ah, I'm so happy!
Sayori has whimsical expression in her eye. We remain silent for a moment. Who would have guessed that such a simple action to get some crayons would have resulted in such a heartfelt moment? Then again, with Sayori, it's impossible to tell.
Anyway, I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know.
Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way.
And have I handed over my bangs?
Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Sayori! Don't stand up so fast ever hurting yourself!
Oh, sorry!
Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I followed Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back! Good timing. I was just about to get ready to start with the sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead.
I was playing with the crayons and I smacked my forehead into the shelf.
Are you okay, Sayori?
Yeah, I'm fine! Quibble got me a nice cold drink.
Right, okay. Glad you're okay, Sayori. Did you get everything we needed?
Aha! I have it right! Ah!
Sayori frantically glances around herself.
I forgot all the stuff!
Calm down, Sayori. I have all right here. I found the poster paper too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Quibble. Well, Sayori. I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori.
I made it an adventure!
Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Thanks, you two. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure that the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Who should I show my poem to first? Last time it was Monica first, and Sayori was last. So let's go with Sayori, and then let's do it in reverse. Oh wait, that's basically going down.
Quibble! Your poems are seriously amazing! I can't believe you never told me how good a poet you were!
Huh? Sorry, I'm really not that great. You're the one who likes my poems this much.
Really?
I guess I'll be honest with you. I find it easier to write poems when I'm, thinking about our memories together.
Really?
Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? I nervously laughed, noticing the blush that crept up on Sayori's face. I don't know, I feel like my life's kind of boring. Like, whatever happens, and it is just literally that. Whereas with you, well, whenever I look back on our memories, everything seemed to be such an adventure whenever you were around. Like when we went exploring in that forest near our house ages ago. You made it seem like it was an exciting adventure, kinda like we were both archaeologists or something. Whereas, if I went there myself, I just think I was going for a stroll in the forest. I glanced over at Sayori. She has a faraway look at her face, wearing a wistful smile.
Heh, yeah, I remember that. I was convinced there were spooky wood trolls out there. Ah!
That's exactly what I mean. You got such a vivid imagination. And I guess I can tap that imagination whenever I'm thinking about you. We have this sort of connection. I mean, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And it's still there, even after all these years.
I think I sort of understand what you mean. Can I ask you a favor of you, Quibble?
What's up?
Can I, keep this poem? This is not the first time you've written something for me.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I didn't write it for you. But, okay, you can keep it. I still don't think my poetry skills are anything special.
I can have it? Hey! Thank you!
Hold on, Sayori. Not everyone has read my poem yet, so I think it'd be unfair to give you my poem right now.
Oh, that's true. I should have thought of the others first.
Haha, it's fine. I get that you're just excited. I'll give it to you later, okay?
Okay!
Anyway, I still need to read yours.
Oh! I totally forgot! It's nowhere near as good as yours, though.
I'm sure I like it. I'll like it.
Bottles! I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it on a bottle to keep it safe. I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in the bottles. All in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secret. Hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging. Scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done. I open up and in comes my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend. each and every puddle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shard all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who weren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I heard is an echo, 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 inside my head.
Wow, Sayori. I didn't expect this at all. Did you really write this?
Of course I did! Remember I said I'd write the best poem ever yesterday? Well, here it is! After all, Monica has taught me a lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
So that's what this poem's about. I suppose that much was obvious. Unlike Yuri's or Monica's poem, Sayori's are relatively simple to figure out. So, if I've interpreted it correctly, you're basically doing everything you can to keep your friends happy?
Hey, you got it! I really enjoy writing this one. Just getting your thoughts out onto paper and turning them into a poem. It's like magic.
Well, I think it's amazing. You should be really proud of it.
Thank you, Cribble. That means a lot. I didn't think it was that good enough, though.
Now it's great. Seriously. I can't help but notice that latter half of the poem isn't quite as cheery. In fact, it's somewhat alarming, a very dark contrast from the cheeriness I'm used to with Sayori. Although, maybe I'm looking into this a little too much, but the art of the poem is pretty dark. And you said you've been in touch with your feelings recently, so I'm just checking. Is everything okay?
Of course, silly! I forgot to tell you, I really like writing about bittersweet stuff. Stuff that isn't just happy or just sad. A mixture of the two. And this poem shows what I mean. It's just my writing style.
Ah, okay. That makes sense, I guess. Well, either way, I'm glad you're enjoying writing so much. I hope you keep it up. Good to have a hobby.
Of course! And hopefully you'll also stick with it. So I look forward to seeing all the poems you write in the future.
Well, no guarantees there, but just from seeing the passion in Sayori's eyes, it's hard to be pessimistic. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki. Well, not bad, but not good. Like, honestly, it's just like your first poem. Yeah, I did kind of try to write it like the first one. Although I did attempt to make it a little bit better. Well, mission accomplished, I guess. Still, same things as last time. Try to make it more creative. It's just kind of bland as it is. Noted. Oh yeah, I should probably show you mine now. Here. I don't get it. I don't get why people will hate on good rhymes. They act like it's dumb and a waste of their time. I don't diss their free verse or deep subject types. Be dark all you want. Just keep in your gripes. Oh sure, you can tell me if you have a problem. Just keep it constructive and things will be awesome. I'd like you to know that our readers will differ. There is no best style. You smug old glue sniffer. Whoa. My poems may be simple and often straightforward, but charm can be found in such a whimsy and order. Not all poems can be as complex as you'd like. If you think otherwise, you can go take a hike. What about kids or the elderly too? Some read up for fun. I guess just unlike you. Let us just go and enjoy what is written. You won't like it at all. That much is a given. But give things a chance, you might find something nice. Just open your mind and that will suffice. So, what do you think? I mean, it's well written at least. I'm not sure how to confront Natsuki about this, but to say that she still holds a grudge from yesterday would be an understatement. God forbid Yuri to see this poem. Heh, well, that's a given. But yeah, you could say that I was inspired. It really felt good to pout out these lines. Poetry's an amazing emotional outlet, you know. Uh-huh. Anyway, I can't wait to show Yuri this poem. Wait, hold on. What? Natsuki, do you really think that showing her this poem is a good idea? You're really going to at her throat with this. Don't you think that you should work out your issues with her? Yeah, well, she never tries to see things my way. So why should I? I think that's the wrong way to go about this. Relationships are a two-way street. Both people have to work to make things right. Why don't you try the bigger person and just talk to her first? But I already know that she's not going to try. She's just always preoccupied with looking complicated and smart. It's clear to me that she doesn't care if anyone can understand her, including me. You can't understand her if you don't even try. She might speak using a more complex vocabulary, and she may be mannerisms that seem strange to you, but from what I've seen of the both of you, she's more similar to you than you might think. That's... Aren't you judging a book by its cover right now? Well, whatever. You can't hold this grudge forever, you know. At least think of Monica and Sayori. Fine, I won't show Yuri my poem. Are you happy? I won't be happy until you try to talk to her. She's not going to bite, Natsuki. Alright, I get it. I'll try to talk to her sometime. Thanks, you're gonna do the club proud. Shut it! Man, now I have to hide this poem away. I worked really hard on it, you know. You could easily turn that energy away forwards to more positive things though, right? I guess so. I'm just frustrated that my poem message missed the mark this time. You should always try to make something people can take a message away from. Remember that. Anyway, I'm gonna write a good one tomorrow. Just you wait. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri. Alright, let me take a look at your piece of today. I must say, Quibble, I like this poem a far bit more than yesterday's. Even this early, your skill is improving remarkably. Really? Thanks, Yuri. That means a lot. I know how much you care about this sort of thing. It's really no trouble. I know sometimes writing can be a daunting task, so don't be too concerned if things don't always work out. Pushing the boundaries in the poetry can be a great thing. Metaphors might be complicated sometimes, but don't stress them too much. While of course, you want to choose images that can capture the messages you're trying to get across. I think the first things that come to mind are probably the clearest. Even if the metaphor doesn't seem to make sense, it can force your reader to think about something they wouldn't normally. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. I think I might have to give that a go with my next poem. Thanks for sharing that with me, Yuri. Well, if you'd like to see an example of that, I've written something that captures that essence. Sure, I'd love to take a look. If it's something you've written, I'm sure it'll floor me. Yuri smiled shyly, handing me her poem. Resist. A whimsical, tiny, cat-sized friend. I can't read this. Sleeps along my amber bookend, dreaming about a sanguine day. Oh my gosh. Where mission's slender lampposts play, she beckons me. Her hand extends, piercing pupils readily rend. Aureoles, channels bend and twist, cautiously held above the wrist. However, she finds her advanced shun, always crackling, always stunned, never able to draw the lance. Across my arms she's never danced. Perhaps it would be for the best if I laid her down to rest. Whilst I haven't given in to painful pleading from within, I think that it might be smart to save the song of fumbling hearts, lest tears makes me dizzily fall, and answer her violent call. I felt a bit guilty yesterday after the argument with Natsuki. I want to experiment with my style a bit more. Hopefully it's not too confusing. No, it's fine. Even if it's a bit more involved than yesterday, I still liked it. I'm noticing a lot more symbolism as well. I don't want to assume anything, but the tone of this poem, I'm not sure how to describe it. Yes. I really wanted to test my abilities in creative expression. I didn't go too far, did I? No, it's really good. I just don't know if I'm good enough at this to deduce the meaning. If I had to explain it, I'd say it's about closely guarded secrets. I imagine everyone has a little something like that, something they're forced to keep to themselves for fear of ridicule. It's nice to be able to write about that sort of thing every now and then. If it's something you enjoy doing, shouldn't you write about it more? Well, it's not that simple. It's something I'm uncomfortably talking about. I'm not sure people would understand. If anyone were to find out about it... Well, I guess as long as it's not hurting anyone, people shouldn't pry. Do you think so? Sorry, I was just thinking of something. That's a good point, though. The best I could do is to try to embrace my own weirdness, right? Otherwise, I think I'd hate myself. Sorry to keep you so long. Thank you for allowing me to ramble. Who should I show my poem to next? Monica. Hi again, Quibble. I'm trusting that the club's been doing you well. Same answer as yesterday. That's nice to hear. So how's the writing going? Alright, I guess. Just alright, No, I guess I should say that it's revolutionized my world and brought color to my previous life. Well, I say that, but the club is, if not the poetry, really has made my days more interesting. Okay, can it with the sarcasm, mister? At least you're not hating it though, right? Now, it's been an interesting experience, at least. Gives me a new hobby to do. I'm happy that you're applying yourself, at least. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. I can see that you put in some good effort here. Very sincere poem once again. And very similar to Sayori's poetry. You might still have more in common with her than you think. Maybe. It's easier to write about from my heart when I'm thinking about nostalgic things. So that might be it. I write poetry while wearing rose-tinted glasses then? Well, it's not like I do it intentionally. That's just how my brain works. I mean, even if you did, there's nothing wrong with that. Poetry can be seen as another way to express your inner emotions. A way that you could use when ordinary prose can't quite describe what's in your mind. So writing about how your long-lost childhood friend makes you feel is just as valid as say. Writing about how the human condition is inherently full of conflict. I'm guessing that the latter is more of a Yuri poem. You might think that. But actually, a style like Sayori's could still fit that theme just as well. I said me. Really? How do you figure? Well, first off, have you ever heard of the poet Robert Frost? I think I have, probably in an English class somewhere. I would be surprised if you've learned it about him in class. He's an incredibly famous American poet, after all. Anyway, it's easy to recognize his poetry, since he always used classic meters and tons of monologues and dialogues. He was also pretty fond of themes centering around nature and New England. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that doesn't really sound anything like Sayori's poetry. No, you're exactly right. She doesn't have the lyricism that Frost has, and not too many of their themes intersect. I guess that's the mood of their poetry is what strikes me as similar. Both of them write incredibly sincere and powerful poems, even though they aren't mind-bogglingly complex or anything, and although their poems may seem to be about one thing at first, with another read through, you might find that there's actually a deeper meaning behind the words. That does sound a bit more like Sayori's poetry. Is it really that deep? Quibble, you shouldn't underestimate Sayori. In fact, why don't you ask her for another look at her poetry? Then you'll see. Alright. I'll talk to her about it sometime. But in the meantime, you want to show me your poem now? I think it's about time we let your poem shine. Sure thing, Quibble. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope so you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Pressurized. I float there. Pressurized. I float there in vast hollow emptiness. Large but small. Grandiose and overwhelming, yet a dust mote. Drifting, meandering, carried along in endless. Oh, is this another poem that's talking about how she felt lost and lonely when she was deleted? Like, from the game? Like, the last one kind of felt like that she was trapped and she couldn't do anything about it. She was just trapped and like she had no control of anything. And this one's saying that she's just like in endless space. It's very sad. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Really, freeform too? Is that what you call it? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing that I've never really seen before, I guess. The other girls don't do this stuff nearly as much as you, at least. Yeah, you could say that. They're a bit more traditional when it comes to their structure. But I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how spaced your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It fragments everything and leaves a dissonant tone with the reader. I see. I guess there's a lot of things you can do with poetry. Definitely, poetry is very much an art form. You're meant to craft poems using never-before-seen combinations of words to interpret the world around you. You really love poetry, huh? Maybe you should write a poem about poetry someday. That's not a bad idea. Anyway, it's still hard for me to tell what your poem's about. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be an abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? Now, we've all had experience at this point with the poetry discussion and all, but it can really disheartening and get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. If you find other people who enjoy writing though, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you what you're writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. Yeah, it's definitely more helpful getting real criticism and feedback rather than just empty words. I guess I've really hit the mother lode with the literature club. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? Actually, Natsuki and I haven't shared yet. Uh-oh, I can feel a storm coming on. Yuri hesitantly approaches Natsuki, who isn't meeting her eyes. And considering Natsuki's poem for today, it's no wonder that she doesn't want to shout with Yuri. Judging by Monika and Sayori's anxious expression, they seem to be thinking along the same lines as I am. I can practically see Natsuki sweating pinballs. Meanwhile, Yuri appears to be blissfully unaware of the situation. I had convinced Natsuki to reconcile with Yuri, but if she sees Natsuki's poem, well, it's all over. So Natsuki, if I may... How about we do this tomorrow instead? I'm not feeling well. It's my time of the month. I can practically see Monika internally face-palming. Natsuki must have forgotten that the club isn't all girls anymore. Is that so? I'm sorry, you must feel absolutely terrible if you can't even share your poem today. You don't need to apologize, it's not your fault. I can definitely share tomorrow. Well, even if you aren't well enough to share your own poem, would you like to see mine? I wrote it thinking of our argument the other day. I suppose that I wanted to show you that I'm more open-minded than I may have appeared. As a way of repenting. I don't know, it's not much, but... hopefully this can contribute and reconciliation between us. Although we may have our disagreements, I would like to consider you as a friend, and friends forgive each other. I'm sorry if that was presumptuous to me to say. No, it's not presumptuous of you to say that. Because I like to consider you as a friend too. So you can hand over that poem then. With a shy smile, Yuri hands the sheet of paper in her hand over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads the poem, her eyes widen. You're writing using rhyme and stuff like me? You could say that you convinced me to practice adding more lyricism to my poetry. Natsuki looks like she's speechless for once. Thanks, Yuri! It's awesome! There's really no need to thank me. Well, I'm really glad that I got to know you. And I'll definitely have something that'll knock your socks off tomorrow. Then I'll be looking forward to that. I do hope you feel better tomorrow as well, so that you could share your work with me then. Ha! Yeah, of course! That was Christ and a half avoided. I really got that Natsuki and Yuri work things out, and it seems that Monika and Sayori feels the same way. It's good to see everyone getting along. Now that we are done sharing though, I have something to discuss with you all. There's a great opportunity for expanding the club that's coming up. Is this about the festival? You could say that. Do we really have to do something? It's only a few days, so it's not like we'll be able to come up with anything good. Yes, that's something I'm concerned about as well. With such little time left to prepare, I doubt we'll be able to put together anything good enough to attract new members. Yeah, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves. Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Nothing more than a few decorations. I can design some pamphlets to hand out at the event. Sayori made posters to put up around the school. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to put on a poetry performance. A what? Monica? Everyone's going to choose one poem to recite out loud. It doesn't have to be written by you, as long as you put your heart into the resignation. Although, of course, it'd be great if you show off your own work. And the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up with their own poems too.
Yeah, I put things on the posters that says bring your own poems. It's gonna be so cool!
Sayori pulls a poster out of her bag, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? Don't tell me you started putting those posters up already. Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, you didn't even ask us before you started everything. We never agreed to stand up in front of a bunch of random people and perform our poems. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine it, Yuri. Imagine it. Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys!
Yes, let's please calm down and take a moment to think about it. I understand that you two haven't had much experience sharing your poems out loud. In fact, we all haven't done that much. But I still think we should try our best. Look around. Monica motioned all of us. We're all here because we have passion for literature for this We're all here because we have passion for literature and this club. Don't you want to share that passion with other people to inspire them to pursue their inner writer?
Yeah! It's all about exploring yourself and trying new things, all while having fun!
Monica and I nod our heads in agreement. Natsuki and Yuri, on the other hand, remained silent. Guess that means it's my turn to say something. I mean, I don't think it's that much to ask. As Monica said, we're all here because we care about the club and want to see it flourish. And if all that means is a 2-minute poetry performance, then I think we can manage. Sayori and Monica faces light up as I finish speaking. Hey, it isn't like we don't care about the club. It's just, do we really have to perform? You know how hard it is to get new members. It's because people are just narrow-minded jerks. They don't even give literature a chance. Who says this festival will be any different? I'm inclined to agree with Natsuki. I'm sorry, Monica. I know how much you want to do this, but I just can't imagine performing in front of a crowd of strangers. Well, at least Yuri and Natsuki have proven they can agree on something. Monica sighs, her eyes closed as she rubs her temples. Look, guys, I know you're anxious. I understand, I really do. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous myself. After all, it's my club, so people are going to judge me the most if our performance doesn't go well. Natsuki, if it makes you feel any better, a few of my friends will be coming along. They're lovely people. They won't judge you for your tastes. I've known them for a few years. Trust me. Natsuki huffs, turning away. She doesn't look particularly convinced. And Yuri, I know it's a scary thought, but I've thought of a way to ease you into it. Why don't we start by practicing our poems to each other in the club? No way! Monica! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? But... Monica, there's gotta be something else we can do. Yuri nods vigorously at Natsuki's word, anxiety written all over her face.
But guys,
No, Sayori, it's okay. If you guys really think we can do it better than a poetry performance, then I'll gladly go along with any alternative. So, any ideas? An awkward silence fills the room. We all glance at each other anxiously before Sayori finally speaks up.
Oh, we could...
Sayori stops and thinks to herself for a moment.
Wait, no, never mind. That wouldn't work.
Once again, the room falls silent. Well then, I guess we can't come up with something different after all. Monica laughs, attempting to ease the tension in the room. I know you guys might not be the most on board with the ice idea, but I think it's our best option. Please, guys, please.
Can you stop pressuring us?
I'm honestly surprised Natsuki's putting up such a resistance. I knew she was a little hot-headed, but even still, I'm not pressuring you, Natsuki. Both of them have raised their voice. Yuri looks a little startled, and Sayori looks anxious and intervene. And she's about to cry.
Ah, guys! Please, there's no need to get angry! Can we just discuss this normally?
Monica reflects on Sayori's words, looking a little ashamed of her outburst. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to raise my voice. It's just this festival is important to me, that's all. Ever since I created this club, I've always wanted to show other people. Natsuki, Yuri, I imagine you were both a little apprehensive when Quibble joined, right? After all, he was an unfamiliar face. She smiles warmly at me. But look, he's integrating really well. He's made the effort to get to know us and our individual writing styles. She turns to Yuri. And Yuri, remember at the start when he asked for a book recommendation? Yuri nods and Monica shoots her a knowing smile. Must have been lovely being able to share a book you're so passionate about with a new person, right? Yes, it was enjoyable discussing it with you, Quibble. Yeah, likewise, it isn't something I'd normally read, so without you, it would have gone by unnoticed. See, guys? Maybe we'll find more people who are just as into horror, Yuri. More like-minded people. Oh, come on, tell me that it isn't an appealing idea. Yes, of course, but really my biggest issue is with all the actual performance aspects of the festival. Well, like I said, I know it's a scary thought performing in front of a bunch of strangers, but trust me, when I say I have full faith in you, in all of you. Your poems are amazing, guys. I just know people will love them. It's almost criminal not to show them off. So what do you think, guys? For me? For us?
Fine! I still don't think it's a good idea, but fine, I'll do it! Just stop guilt-tripping us!
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. And you, Yuri? Yuri nervously glanced at each of our expectant faces. But Monica, what if people start being inconsiderate and disturb us or laugh? It's no surprise Yuri is worried about this. I'm not surprised Yuri's worried about this. Oh, don't you worry. If anyone steps out of line, I'll put a swift stop to that. She has a stern glint in her eye. I have repressed a shiver. I'm glad she's with us. Yuri looks somewhat relieved, but it's clear that she's still worried. She swallows her throat. I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I? I shake my head. Okay, I'll do it.
Hey, that's everyone! You're the best, Yuri!
This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I know you'll do great, Yuri. Just trust me. But anyway, let's move back onto the main event. While we have time, I want each of you to choose a poem of yours to practice reciting in front of each other. Yuri and Natsuki exchange uneasy glances, but don't say anything. Don't worry, I'll go first so everyone feels a little bit more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through a notebook, searching for a specific poem. Ah, here we are. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. Her eyes move across the page and sync with her lips. Every word has a perfect amount of emotion put behind it, making the poem almost come to life. Her inflection is extraordinary. What, you saying I can't do it? Is that why I'm not reading the poem? Well, you're right, I can't do it. I'm impressed, and judging by a quick glance around me, so is everyone else. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Even Natsuki, one sour attitude is replaced by a awe. Aw. I don't know what this is. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica!
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
Yep!
Sayori jumps up from a chair and takes Monica's place at the front of the room.
This poem is called, How do you do it so easily, Monica?
Well, shut up. Try to imagine you're alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way.
Oh, I think I get it.
Sayori nods to herself.
Anyway, this poem is called My Neat Meadow.
Sayori begins reciting the poem. It seems as if her soft voice is a perfect match. As for the poem itself, it has similar tone when compared to her other tones. It's peaceful yet somber at the same time, but as sweet you could call it. Hearing the poem in Sayori's voice almost gives it an entirely new meaning. I think this is what Sayori means when she says she likes my poems. It's like seeing a whole new side of someone you thought you knew completely. Sayori finishes and we all applaud.
I did it!
Yep, good job. Sayori beams as she walks back to her seat. So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki and Yuri and I all look at each other nervously. I open my mouth, but Yuri beats me to the punch. I'll go. Nice, thanks for showing initiative, Yuri. Yes. Yuri rushes over to the podium, clutching a sheet of paper in her hands. This poem is called... Yuri freezes as she looks up at us.
You can do it, Yuri!
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri begins to recite her poem. Her voice is shaky at first, but the more she reads, the more confident she becomes. It's similar to what happens when she gets absorbed into her book. The shy and apprehensive Yuri I'm used to is replaced by a fierce and confident woman. The poem itself is like a maze in its structure, with twists and turns every line, but Yuri's unfazed and enunciates each word with perfect timing. These must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. Monica was the first start to applauding. Sheepishly, I follow along, and soon the club room is filled with the sound of applause. Yuri ducks her head in embarrassment, a shy smile creeping over her face. Yuri, that was really good. Like I said, you don't have anything to worry about. Thank you for sharing. Thanks. Guess Yuri's done for the day. So, who'd like to go next? Natsuki? Why should I go before Quibble? It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Quibble lower everyone's standards before I go. Natsuki! Monica hastens to chastise her, shooting me a sympathizing look. Monica hastens and chastises her, shooting me a sympathetic look. That was kind of rude, don't you think? You should apologize to Quibble. Natsuki's face turns red as the girls all look at her. I decide to spare Natsuki from the embarrassment. Hey, it's really no big deal. I'll end up going at some point anyway. Might as well do it now. Thing is, I don't really have much of a selection to choose from. I'll just have to go with what I wrote today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eye on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I take a deep breath. In my head, I repeat to myself the advice Monica gave to Sayori. Try to imagine you're alone, like you're reciting to yourself. Alone. My house is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of being alone. The scene rapidly develops in my head, like I'm recalling a recent memory. I'm sitting alone at my desk. The dim light hanging from the ceiling gives a warmth to the room. In front of me is the poem I had just finished, the ink from my pen still fresh on the page. I pick up the notebook and begin reciting out loud. While I'm not the most confident in it, I still try to put energy into it. I can almost hear my voice echoing off my bedroom walls. As I finish, the sound of applause pulled me out of my daydream. I'm back in the club room, standing on the podium while the girls politely applaud my performance. That was good, Quibble. I guess. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I don't think it's your writing abilities, but rather your lack of confidence that weighs you down. That's something that you'll need to improve over time, though, so don't worry. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. As she says this, Natsuki begrudgingly, whatever that says, gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Stop looking at me! But you're presenting. You don't have to stare straight into my soul, though. She takes a moment to compose herself. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a deep breath. While her voice is enthusiastic, the poem has a surprising amount of energy to it. The rhymes tie into each other seamlessly, creating a flow that moves the poem along at a brisk pace. The words seem to bounce up and down with the rhythm, seemingly making the poem come to life. It's Natsuki's signature style, and it works exceptionally well when read out loud. She quickly finishes and huffs as she makes her way back to her seat while we applaud her. That wasn't so bad, was it? She stares at her poem blankly for a second before replying. Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, that's what we're going to be doing at the festival, so... Do you at least feel confident enough to do it in front of a crowd? I guess. Not like there's any other choice. And I guess it'll be easier doing it in front of other people. I could just put on whatever face I want with strangers. I don't care about what they think of me. But when it's just my friends... embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. But I still hate the idea that we have to do it before. She mutters that last sentence under her breath. The others probably didn't even hear it. I knew Natsuki was stubborn, but this is a whole other level. However, it does look like she's going along with the idea of performing for the festival. Well, at least for now, since she's basically outvoted and can't come up with another idea anyway.
Really? That's a surprise? For me, it's the other way around. Having all those people looking at you, judging you. I don't like to think about it!
I can relate to that. Yuri murmurs quietly. The thought of so many eyes observing your every move all at once. She trails off, shaking her head. Well, that's just how it is, so... Natsuki sighs in frustration. Well, I guess in that case... you won't have much to worry about for the festival. Speaking of which, I want to thank you all for performing. It might be difficult, but now that we have general idea of what it'll be like, we'll be able to prepare ourselves. Make sure you pick out a poem and show it to me by tomorrow, okay? I'll need to know so much I can make the pamphlet over the weekend. I should probably find a different poem to recite. I know you prefer to be if we use our own poetry, but I'm probably going to pick a poem from a poet I like or something. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, Quibble. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort into the club. Low expectations, huh? More like any effort put in makes me happy in general. Monica smiles at me and then turns to smile to everyone else. That goes for everyone here. Thanks for going along with these last minute plans. Anyway, I think that's about does it for today. Let's try and write poems for tonight, okay? I know the festival's coming up, but it seems working out nicely the past few days, and I'd like it to continue. Tomorrow we'll finalize who's doing what for the festival, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Remember, we have till Monday.
It'll be so much fun! I can't wait!
We all stand up, packing away our things. However, Monica's voice stops us. Oh, and guys? She pauses and twirling a strand of her hair in her hand. This club truly does mean so much to me. I really appreciate what you're willing to do for it. You guys are the best. In typical fashion, Natsuki just rolls her eyes, Yuri smiles timidly, while Sayori wears a heartly smile. Let's just get it over with. I hope we don't regret this. That's okay, Monica. Nothing to thank us for. We already really appreciate what you've made us do. I can't help but catch Yuri's muttering under her breath after she says this. I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah! I love it here! We'll get to spread this cozy little place to other people!
Yeah, it's all good, Monica. Alright. I stand up and grab my bag. While I'm certainly not enthusiastic as Monica or Sayori about the festival, if I can pull that little daydream stunt again, I think I'll be alright. It's for the sake of the club. Not to mention impressing the girls. Once I'm fully packed up, I walk over to Sayori. Ready to go?
Yep.
Geez, don't you ever get tired of walking home with Quibble, Sayori? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Oh, don't mind her. You guys are more adorable than you think. Alright. No need to make such a big deal about it. It must be a little nice, though. Yeah, I guess. Oh, jeez. Let's just go already, Sayori.
Okay.
The two of us begin the walk home. A lot has changed in the past few days. Lost in though, I don't even notice how quiet Sayori's been until we're almost back home. There's a lot going on in the club right now, eh? I'll bet you're thinking about all your new vice president duties that you'll have to deal with when the club grows bigger.
Yeah.
Anything specific in your mind?
Not really. Sorry, did you want to talk?
I mean, we don't have to if you're really thinking about stuff.
No, it's nice talking with you. I was thinking about something from earlier. It's nice that we, never mind, it's nothing.
You're sounding a little like Yuri right now.
Huh? Oh yeah. Well, I guess I just have a question for you, Quibble.
What's up? Sayori clears her throat before speaking.
So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me in the spot here. Well, I would walk home with Yuri, or I would still walk home with Sayori. Well, if I was asked, I think I would go with Yuri, because, well, yeah, she asked. Well, then... Walk it out with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that makes my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said!
You admitted it!
Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. Don't you think that maybe she'd be more fun to walk home with?
I frown. Where did this come from? What? I mean, it could be interesting, I guess, but even if I did walk with her, it's not like she'd be replacing you or anything. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie, but if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Sarah and I part ways without saying another word. I reach my house and open the door. Don't you dare. I'm home! No response. I'm alone as usual. Aww. Poor Quibble. I mumble that part to myself. Talking to myself as if I'm the protagonist of manga or game must be going to stir crazy. Mom is still out on her business trips. She's never home anymore. I miss her. But I don't blame her for anything. It's hard enough providing for yourself, let alone a kid. Since I'm alone, I decide to make an instant meal for dinner. Digging through my cabinets, I find some old soup cups. Miso soup should do. I unwrap the packaging, pour in some water, and place the meal in a microwave. While it cooks, my mind wanders back to my performance earlier. That daydream was so vivid, so realistic. Can I really pull off that performance again, but this time in front of a crowd? It wasn't even that great in the first place. Just doing it in front of the girls was nerve-wracking. Guess I'm not really used to being around people again. Maybe that's it. Thinking about it, I guess I've kind of been subconsciously isolating myself from people ever since the divorce. Before even in some cases. I wonder when I started shunning myself, maybe that's the part of why Sayori and I drifted apart over the past few years. It wasn't intentional or anything, it just happened. At least, I don't think it was intentional, but I'm glad I got to reconnect with her in the literature club. It's given me something to do, something to look forward to that isn't anime or video games. Talking with the girls has made me feel more appreciated. It's a nice feeling, something that's been missing from me ever since the divorce. Maybe that's why Sayori likes walking home with me. It makes her feel appreciated. Sayori. The more I think about it, the more concerned for her I get. She said some pretty weird stuff. But I guess people just have their off days. Maybe she's just changed a little bit over the years. Pretty normal, right? I'd like to think I'd be able to tell if something was up with her, although given our recent distance, I'm not so sure. Sure, we've started talking again, but there's a lot of lost time. Maybe that'll change, and we'll go back to how we used to. Beep! I hope. Ah, it's a nice music. I like their faces when they jump. Alright, so try and make it easy again. So manga, yep, that's 1 for her. 0, 1, 1. Okay, 0, 1, 1. Okay. Shiny, yep, 1, 1, 1. Good, good. 1, 1, 2, 1. Nice. Kitty. Oh, 1, 3, 1. Whoops. Sadness. Yeah, 1, 3, 2. Okay. Scars. Okay, 1, 3, 3. Death. Oh, 134. 144. Oh, poor Yuri. Sensation. 244. Pain. 245. Memories. 246. Oh gosh. Music. 247. Inflatable. 347. Disoriented. Okay, 447. Under. Dang it! 448. 548. Depression. Dang it! 549. Explode. 649. Smile. 6 for 10. Okay. Oh, well, that's the end of this video here. Gosh, I feel like this is getting longer and longer. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching these videos. If you like it, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you all in the future. Goodbye.